Okay, nothing like making a video 100% ungroomed, but we're going for the big guns here. So here we go. Under the bottom line at the base of the pinky, even though I feel like I'm breaking down, I'm falling apart, all my stuff is up, I deeply love and completely accept myself. Even though I feel like all my stuff is up and I'm falling apart, I deeply love and completely accept myself. Even though I feel like I'm falling apart, like I can't cope, like I'm not okay, I still deeply love and completely accept myself. I know I'm in a really bad place, and that comes with self-judgment and shame. And I feel like I shouldn't feel how I feel. And I'm not remembering things to do to get realigned. And I'm believing my super stressful thoughts. And I'm in total overwhelm about the state of the world. Chin point. I'm horrified by things going on, by the chaos, and people harming people, and power out of control. Around the clavicle, and I fall apart with all that. It's too much. Side of the rib, a hand's width under the base of the armpit, also known as the bra strap point. I would really like to find my footing. And I'd like to be good to myself. Crown again. I'd like to remember just right now that when I'm in total overwhelm, it is not time to evaluate my whole life. Inner eyebrow. I'd like to catch that I'm evaluating family stuff, community stuff, all my old issues, what I don't like about myself. Outer eye. It makes no sense to do that when I'm so thrown off by war and horrors. Under the eye, I'd like to find how to calm myself when I think I can't calm myself. Under the nose, I'd like to find how to interrupt it. I'm interrupting it right now by tapping. Chin point, which is really the groove. Right now I breathe. I breathe and tap. Under the round of the clavicle. Right now I ground myself. I feel that I'm in my body. It hurts, but right now I'm not escaping. Okay, side of the ribs. Right now, I am willing to be in my body while everything hurts. Right now. Crown, in other words, right now, I'm not abandoning myself. I breathe right now. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I'm not in denial that there is racism and violence and horrors on planet Earth. Outer eye. But I'm here on planet Earth right now. Just right now, I'm willing to be here. Under the eye. Right now, I take satellite view. And I send light onto planet Earth. Under the nose. I also know that I love this planet. And I breathe that love right now. Chin point, and I ground myself, feeling my connection to gravity, my connection to Mother Earth right now. Under the clavicle round. Right now I remember that there are things I love here. Side of the ribs. I don't require myself to feel good about that right now. Crown. Right now, I let go of the torment of evaluating myself. Inner eyebrow. There's no room for that right now. Outer eye. It's not time to evaluate. Under the eye. It's not time to work on my personality problems. I breathe. I soothe myself with breath. Under the nose. Right now, I know all human beings have personality problems. Chin point. And I know the specific things I'm upset with myself about can correlate to my Enneagram type. Side of the ribs. I don't have to take it personally that I don't speak up for myself, defer to other people. That's just 9. Crown 9 is also sensitive, beautiful, loving, and we want peace. Inner eyebrow. The devastation I feel from war is also because I love peace. Outer eye, because I know we are all one. And we all benefit from peace. Under the eye, and the reason I'm horrified by racism, even in the midst of war, is also because I know the value of all human beings. Under the nose, I know that peace would prevail if we all really knew our oneness. I breathe my love of that oneness right now. Chin point. Again, I ground myself right now. I am one with Mother Earth right now. I breathe. Under the clavicle round. Right now, at the very least, I will seek to be kind to myself. Side of the ribs. Right now, at the very least, I seek to honor everything about me. Reject no part of myself. Lob missiles on no part of myself. Crown point. Right now, I am willing to take care of myself. Since I can't put my arms around every person in a war zone. I breathe. Right now, feeling the pain in my body, the pain of war. I refuse to pick up the habitual script. Outer eye, the one where I start attacking myself and finding myself wrong. Under the eye. Right now, when the mind starts playing the habitual shit, I'm willing to not believe it. Under the nose. I'm willing to interrupt it. I'm willing to call it on its lies. Chin point. I'm willing to reach for kind things to tell myself. Like now is not the time to evaluate anything. Under the clavicle, that the inner war I feel is no different from that outer war. Under the armpit, side of the ribs. Right now, I remind myself that kindly breathing myself and imagining that I'm breathing with somebody who's terrified in the war zone. That's worth my time. Crown. That diffuses the inner war, the self-attack. Inner eyebrow. Right now I refocus on what brings me back to my body and calms my nervous system. Outer eye. Right now, I remember gravity. I remember the holding of Mother Earth. Under the nose, I remember the satellite view. I take it again. I love Earth. I envelop her in a loving gaze. I call in angels to surround her, to infuse her. Chin point. Right now, I wish every mama a sense of safety with her children, for her children. Every parent of any gender, safety for their children. Right now, I breathe for every parent who feels powerless to support their kid. Right now, I breathe with them. Side of the ribs, right now, I breathe for senseless deaths, for all manner of hate crimes, brutality, the deaths of soldiers who are just as innocent as civilians. Crown. Right now, it's okay that it hurts. I stand for love. I stand for peace. Inner eyebrow, I'm not dead. I am alive. The life force courses through me. So I'm in my body. I'm receiving the breath. Outer eye, I'm valuing life. And right now that includes grief for how lives are treated as having no value. Under the eye, right now I'm willing to grieve. I support my own grief with breath. Under the eye, and I support my grief by calling in love and angels and guides. Chin point, and right now, instead of focusing on my separateness, instead of telling myself any story about how I don't belong, instead of reviewing any evidence that I'm not valued, under the clavicle, right now, I value myself. I value that I love peace. I value that I value human beings of all kinds. I value my time here on earth that will come to an end one day. Side of the rib. And right now, I hold in love those who might be losing someone or have lost someone or fear losing someone in this war, in the current climate of hate crimes. In the messed up systems, in the racist world we live in. Crown. Right now, I value myself and what I stand for, what I believe in. Right now, I value calling in love. Right now, I value staying in my body. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I'm willing to believe even a little bit in my own resilience and in the resilience of humankind. Outer eye. Right now, I am willing to believe that love can prevail. Under the eye, and even if they destroy Mother Earth and all of humanity, I am willing to believe that love will prevail. under the nose. And I refuse to abandon myself. And I'm going to remember that my heart emotions are part of my guidance system, chin point, and they call me to slow down, to nurture myself, to send nurturing out to others. Under the clavicle, right now I acknowledge that I am traumatized. Right now I don't lay a trip on myself about people in worst places with greater trauma. On side of the rib, my trauma is their trauma. Their trauma is my trauma. We are one. And I love them. And I love myself. Crown point. And I'm not going to evaluate myself when I'm traumatized and triggered and terrified and horrified. Just going to take care of myself and ground and breathe and tap and love. And I don't have to get it right. And I'll come back and do more. Love is bigger. Love holds me. Love is my essence. Love flows to me and through me. I stand with others who love. We are a force for love in this world. Now please pause and cup your hands together, rested down on your lap. Feel the quality of the breath post-tapping. Feel the buzz move through. And come back and tap again.